Hello everyone, my name's Steph, I'm Botanist Cool, and today we are basing 4 of the Wolf Dragons Assault Star Lance. And if you guys are enjoying my mini painting and my mini building videos, make sure to like and subscribe. It's the best way to support me. It's free, it's easy, and it's just 2 steps, and I can't thank you enough for all of your support. Let's get on to the rest of the video. Today, we are using primarily Citadel Colors Mechanica Standard Gray, Lead Belcher, and the D&D Army Painter collab Ghostly Blue, just a little bit of that, to paint a Timberwolf, a Rifleman, a Blackjack, and an Archer in the colors of the Planetary Preservation Project, or basically my custom faction within the world of Battletech. As I mentioned in the Visigoth video, the Planetary Preservation Project is kind of like a national park system. It's all about maintaining native lands with the native flora, fauna, and wildlife as intact as possible. And it uses its military branch, the Mosswood Rangers, to enforce those ideals upon anyone who visits the planet. So on one hand, yeah, they've got parks that are open to the public, that they take donations for, and they have education for in the science realms. On the other hand, if you have a mining operation on the planet with a very rare flower that is about to go extinct, expect a missile at your doorstep because they will 100% defend that flower over your mining operation. 100%. The Planetary Preservation Project's military branch has 2 different color schemes that are the typical color scheme. The first is going to be a stone look with moss growing over it. Now, we didn't get to do the mossy part today because we're just basing 4 different minis in that stone look, but you can see that everyone kind of has a stony look, and it's meant to represent like a building of concrete and what have you. While the leader of the lance, or the group that is currently in battle, is going to be painted in a brick maroon color. You'll see that actually in the Visigoth I painted a little while ago. One of the 3 is a brick maroon color, while the other 2 are this stone color. And then each individual pilot of the mech, or the tank, or the plane, or whatever, gets to choose just how much moss is painted onto their mech, tank, plane, etc. It's all up to them, and it's meant to, you know, symbolize nature reclaiming its space after their devastation, sometimes of which they caused with said missiles from before. Honestly, I love the concept of the group, and I still need to work out some of the lore in the background, but I really enjoy the concept. That's what I want to paint. As a quick aside, you're going to see a lot of non-Battletech minis in a second. A new friend joined the stream, and I wanted to make sure to show them the minis that they wanted to see. So I just showed them a whole bunch of minis, and they're like, hey, you paint stuff? Let me see. I'm like, yeah, let's do it. I have been very hesitant to make lore of this group for a few reasons. The first reason is that I'm simply not ingratiated in the Battletech community, and I don't know, I suppose, the decorum for making your own lore for your mercenary group or for your company or whatever. I do know that a lot of people make their own mercenary groups and make their own companies because the world is so expansive. I just don't know what the, I suppose, standard typical ways of doing it are, and therefore I am a little nervous about doing it. And secondly, I need to learn more about the lore of Battletech as a whole. That way I can find out how these guys started. Did they start by learning about the old Terran park systems that the United States had as an example and wanted to emulate it? Did they start by finding rare and exotic plants and selling them to collectors, which, oh my god, working in the horticultural field, people pay a lot of money for some basic normal plants you can find in your backyard, so long as you put a little collector sign on it and then say, oh, it has a special gene that has a little bit of like variegation, and they will go from finding it in their backyard for free and putting it in a pot to paying 30, 40, 50 bucks for it. It's absolutely insane. And that kind of resource manipulation and market manipulation could definitely fit into themes that Battletech has to offer, especially within the Inner Sphere, which, by the way, I'll be using a lot of Inner Sphere mechs for the Planetary Preservation Project, while I'm using Clan mechs, obviously, for Clan Sea Fox and the Spinakane. If you are part of the Battletech community and wouldn't mind helping a newbie understand the ground rules for making the lore of their new company and mercenary group, please leave me a comment. I'd be extremely grateful to read it and absorb it to the best of my ability. So what's next for these minis? They're gonna get another layer of standard Mechanicus Gray and a very thin wash. I've done washes in the recent past and I've really hated how they've come out, so I'm gonna be trying to do a thinner wash. Instead of doing 1-to-1, I'm gonna try to do 1-to-2. 1 part wash, 2 parts water, and just see how it goes. And I'm also nervous and feel very liberated about the fact that I'm only using really one color on these guys, because most things have multiple colors, so it's just kind of really weird. But I see like on the artwork, there's some mechs that just have one color, legit one color, and some of them are super not ultra detailed, so I feel relieved and terrified at the same time. Like, I'm looking at the Timberwolf card right now, right in my hand, like right here, and it's just green. That's all it is green. And then the missiles look like iron, and then the cockpit is yellow because there's light in it. And I'm like, that is so simple, so clean, and I respect that, and I don't know how to feel about that as a painter. Like, I feel like I should be doing all these crazy designs, and like Spinakane as an example, I should be doing like all these crazy wave breaks and stuff. And I mean, I will eventually just kind of dry brush some moss on there a little bit here and there at certain parts of the minis, but like it feels both too easy and simple, yet at the same time so liberating. I do not know how to feel about this. It's one of those really wild things about mini painting that's just boggling my mind right now, and that's my feeling about it. That's my feeling about it. I don't know if I'm going to dry brush it later on to get those edges out, or if I'm going to edge highlight it, or a mix of both, but we'll see how that goes as well. The Annihilator mech will be that brick leading mech, and this thing looks absolutely fucking sick. I love it to bits. I don't know what makes a good quote-unquote command mech for the group, but this will be mine because it looks cool. And there is another Inner Sphere mech that I do want to get, and a lance that I do want to get because it has a really cool looking mech that kind of reminds me of the Guardians from Legends of Zelda, and I want to make that one in that maroon color too, as if it were leading the lance itself. So yeah, that's a future thing. It's actually on my throne if anyone wants to go get it for me, but don't feel obligated, obviously. I just looked up the mech. It's from the Inner Sphere Security Lance, and it's called the Scorpion. This thing looks super cool. I just like how it looks. I don't know jack squat about it, but it looks absolutely awesome. It's got so many variants. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 variants, and then a 10th for Wendell Puritan's custom standard SCP-1. And SCP, it's part of the SCP Foundation. No, I'm kidding. Thank you very much for joining me today. I hope you had a good one. Like and subscribe if you like the support. If you want to support more intimately, take a look at the throne. No obligation, of course. And thank you very much for hanging out with me today. Y'all stay safe, stay Botanist Cool, and I will see you for the next video. Bye, everyone.